These here are beaver, and they're color phases. This is one that's called a silver and a blonde and a black. Beaver skull here. These teeth grow continually, and this is a lower tooth that goes clear back into the lower jaw. This guy. Every time he takes a bite, it's sharpening the tooth, and it's also wearing. That's why they grow continually. All the rodents are that way. Beaver tail, this is freeze-dried, a way of preserving it. This tail here is actually leather. It's skinned off of the beaver tail, and it's tanned as leather. Have the otter. Otter and the beaver share the same territory. This is a female otter. The male would be about 25% longer and larger. We have a mink, cousin to the otter. This is a male. Female would be a little smaller. All the musculates are that way. The skunk, the mink, the marten, females are smaller. And of course the scourge, the nutria. They were an introduced species now all over the Willamette Valley. Striped skunk out of the valley, and a raccoon, striped tail. This bobcat is McKenzie Bridge bobcat, Foley Ridge actually. In the valley they tend to be a little paler, almost red. These timber cats tend to be darker. And gray fox, we're seeing more gray fox in the up McKenzie now. Quite a few up around Blue River, between Blue River and McKenzie Bridge there, just before you turn off on Bruckert Bridge, go up to Cougar.
Yeah.
Open slope up there with the oaks. There's a lot of gray fox up there. We're seeing a lot of them around Oak Ridge and Cottage Grove. This coyote is a western Oregon coyote. Tends to be browner. And the eastern Oregon coyotes would be gray, pale, sagebrush color. And a red fox, a valley fox. They vary a little bit. Sometimes they're just dark red everywhere, not quite so pale underneath. And then everybody's favorite.
Oh yeah, let's get that.
The cougar here. The interesting thing about, one of the interesting things about the cougar is the tail is 2/3 of the body length. And the tail is used when he's in pursuit. It kind of helps him turn the corners. It's kind of a rudder. This cat was about 18 months old when he tried to get my dog.
Where was that?
Coburg Hills. This is an Idaho wolf, but this is very similar to the wolf in southern Oregon, the one we call OR7 Journey. He's dark like this. Some of the wolves are more of a gray, and some are actually white, but this is dark. Up in the Cascades, Scott Lake is a good place to look for them. This is a pine marten. Fur industry is called a sable, and they live up in from about 3,500 feet all the way up higher elevation, live in the timber. They're the same family as the mink, but the mink stays in the river bottoms and the water, more of an aquatic animal. The pine marten lives in the trees. Few badger. You'll see signs of badger, Foley Ridge, Horse Pasture Mountain, Louder Mountain. Primarily, though, they're an eastern Oregon animal. They're a digger. They dig in the ground for dens, dig mice for food. And a little muskrat. Not many muskrat in the valley anymore, mostly because of the nutria, which displace them. Actually, the nutria will kill a muskrat. And this little guy is a weasel, and in the winter he turns white. In the summertime he's about this color, but he turns white in the winter, and then we call him ermine. So all these animals are local. Badger not so much, but they do exist here. And that's
Okay.
have a fisher. It's not a local animal. This I sent a bunch of nutria pelts to Michigan Department of Fish and Wildlife. They wanted them in their educational kits. They don't have nutria in Michigan. They don't want them, but they wanted examples. And they sent me a fisher in appreciation. We do have some fisher in the Cascades. Fish and Wildlife took a picture of one on a carcass game camera last winter down near Oak Ridge.
Okay. What are the skulls?
This skull is a cougar. And this one is a bear. And this is the tooth that's removed when you have your bear checked in with Fish and Wildlife. And they use that to age the bear. And it'll have rings just like a tree does.
Right? Ermine? Mink?
Okay.
And over here we have?
Okay, this is a beaver's back foot. Swims with. This is the front foot he digs with. These are freeze-dried as a means of preserving them.
The color they are when they're
And of course the beaver teeth. Beaver has two glands. One is an oil gland they use to waterproof themselves, and the other is a scent gland to mark territory.
Okay.
At one time the scent gland was used in the cosmetic industry. Back 40 years ago when everything had musk
Right.
in them, that's what it was.
Bigger than a fox? Is that a coyote?